What?
How does a lawman get away with that shirt?
And Jana is on
Because
a
he
roll
retired.
this morning.
Yes, I am.
Oh, shit, we're live.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't even wait, 30 seconds before the swearing started?
Damn it, damn it, damn it.
Well, we're back from LibertyCon, needless to say.
LibertyCon After Action Report.
Uh,
It was great.
it was interesting.
This was the first LibertyCon I've been to where I actually felt like professional, like a pro. And holy gods.
I would like to state for the record that it was like trying to drag a stubborn cow across a field to get him there.
And away we go.
Whee!
Greetings, salutations, all that other shit.
Yeah.
We're here. We're tired.
God, I am knackered.
3 years of not peopling, and all of a sudden, 1,000 people.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oof.
1,000 people at Hollywood wedding or weightlifting contest.
Yeah.
The Bollywood wedding was.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there were LibertyCon folks that snuck into the buffet line of that thing.
Yeah. You're jumping ahead, but
Okay.
since you jumped ahead,
What?
at
We have
the
a
convention
schedule
center in
for this thing?
Chattanooga, we had about roughly 1,000, give or take, LibertyCon folks. There was an actual Bollywood wedding taking place, and there were male and female weightlifter competitions for the Southeast Division.
Bodybuilder.
Bodybuilder,
Yes. And don't forget the mixed martial arts.
and a mixed martial arts fight on Saturday night, all in the same area. It was interesting standing in the lobby sometimes.
Yes, it was, because I made the observation to at least a couple of people that the confluence of this Venn diagram of science fiction literary con and world-class bodybuilders doesn't join anywhere.
But it did.
Now it did.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to join even more because they start asking questions, which is really scary.
Yeah.
I said the only one that would be more diverse than that would be the Marine Corps ball held at a furry con hotel.
There's no difference between the Marine Corps ball, furry con.
Yeah. And
That's Sanford in the background, by the way.
Jana's comment was, well, at least I get eye candy this time.
She wasn't the only one.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Oh,
A couple of them stopped because apparently I'm approachable. When the fuck did that happen? What's going on? It's a literary con. Do you read John Ringo? Come on. Well, yes, he's right over there.
Yeah. Oh, and we have to tell a story about John. So Friday afternoon, we're standing in the lobby watching people come in, and John Ringo walks in. He walks up to us and goes, I haven't peopled in 2 years.
I've forgotten how to person.
I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can. John, you'll be fine. You're just.
Well, I saw him walk in.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, there's John. And he looked like he's being pursued by wolves.
Yeah.
So I said, Kelly, because Kelly Grayson got thrown into the deep end at LibertyCon.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kelly. And he's one of the top 5 paramedics, in my opinion, in the nation. It's like, Kelly, come with me. Because I really thought John was being a paramedic.
Yeah. So we're standing there talking to him, and, you can see him processing and catching up and speeding up. And it was funny because Kelly did get recognized a couple of times there.
Yeah, I knew he would.
Yeah.
I would have sworn that Rob Hampson, that speaker to Lab Animals, would know who he was.
Yeah.
But there were several folks there that actually read his blog back in the good old days.
Yeah. Richard, thank you very much for the munchies. However,
Tom Rognaby just stabbed me in the back. Tom, apparently, when I asked why bodybuilders are stopping to ask, he said, because I remind them of their fathers. Smart ass.
And Tom and his boy were there, and it was great to see them.
And Tom is really good for chasing people down, by the way.
Yeah.
Jim and John did some plotting, and I wound up with Jim's table at the signing. And on the day we left, day we left, I got surprised with my very own edition, an updated edition, courtesy of, and I've just blanked on the name, Jack
Jack
Wilder.
Wilder. Yeah.
Apparently my new webmaster. Surprised me with an updated gun rights cake poster. It's actually got a fox on it, the whole 9 yards. And John and Courtney hustled to Office Depot and got 100 copies of it printed up. So we were selling those. And somebody came by, hey, Law Dogs, good to meet you. And are these for sale? I said, yes. And I slid one. He said, thank you. And it's like, Tom, get him.
Yeah, Tom. I'm sure you did have to educate the boy a bit.
Oh, yeah. That one little thing.
Yeah.
I don't think she had anything except string bikinis. And she walked back and forth a lot.
Yeah, that she did.
Please stop giving the authors heart attacks.
Yes, John Ringo did in fact shave. And by Friday night, he was back to being John.
Yeah.
He was on point, and he was working the crowd.
If you're friends with Oleg Volk on Facebook or
Yeah.
MeWe, Oleg got a picture of John that's absolutely, it's classic.
Yeah. Recommend rum for people. And yeah, there was quite a bit of that imbibed along with bourbons and
Jesus.
scotches and various other
So,
things.
John bailed. I really wanted John and Kelly to meet up because I figured that the storytelling would create a vortex of awesome. But John peopled out real early Saturday and bailed. So me and Kelly took over.
Yeah.
And somebody, Jonna, so they started pouring me this nice little rye Irish. And again, I need to start figure. I need to bring a marker and start marking the levels when I first pour my booze, because it's one of these never emptying red Solo cups. And until 2 a.m, we were telling stories. And I'm here to tell you, well, the Hilton, this one got me a room at the Hilton. And when we got there, the elevators crapped out on Friday, and they said, well, it'll be fixed Monday. And so, of course, they put us on the 4th floor. And I'm here to tell you, when you were slightly schnockered, climbing 4 flights of fire stairs is a lot harder than it was 30 years ago.
Yeah. Hey, Vince, I'm glad to see you folks made it home. The other problem was there were 1,700 airline cancellations.
Oh, no kidding.
This weekend. John and Courtney had to go to Knoxville.
Yeah, no, we were going to go to Knoxville together, but she ended up having to go get the kid.
Oh,
Different place, but I had to go to Knoxville.
all right. John went to Knoxville and got Scott Richardson because that was the closest he could get. Some people could only get to Atlanta. Knoxville and Atlanta had no rental cars, period. There were people that were still wandering in at 2 o'clock in the morning going, is there a room? I've been sleeping in the friggin' airport for 2 days.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the major airlines owe LibertyCon some financial compensation because there were several pros. LibertyCon was making on-the-fly panels.
Yeah.
And because they had pros that couldn't make it because the airlines stranded them.
It was the LibertyCon that you had to really want to get to.
No kidding.
Because it took, Chuck Gannon, I think, has the worst story.
Yeah.
Because planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah, and apparently
both directions.
on the way back, too.
Yeah, oh, man. I got to see a great sunset driving to Knoxville, but I would have rather spent the 4 hours at the convention. But Scott had been in London the night before and got stuck in Chicago for almost 30 hours.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
So it's just, it was awful.
Yeah. Yeah. Tom's response is just fall up the stairs.
I don't have any bruises
That you know of.
that I can see.
That you can see.
That I can see.
Rick,
You were a scout, just low crawl.
yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
You can low crawl upstairs.
Rick, you're exactly right. A lot of the problem, and especially with Delta, was all the pilots and air crew that had gotten the jab and are now having heart problems
Funny that.
under the age of 50, which is a medical down. So they cannot fly.
The number of pilots and stewards,
Flight attendants.
flight attendants. Fuck, I hate that. The number of pilots and stewardesses that came that apparently were bunking in the hotel
And
That hotel was crammed, folks.
Yeah.
The ones that came in swearing
Yeah.
was pretty spectacular.
and we were doing the elevator dances again, and one wag commented and says, "Hell, this is easy compared to Dragon Con."
I don't want to hear about it.
And one other wag went, "Yeah, but at least here the elevators stop and won't let the doors close if you go over the weight limit." Tom, I don't think any of the bodybuilders were flight attendants.
If they were, damn.
I think most of the flight attendants are well past their prime for that. Yeah, pretty much, RK. $13,000, right at $13,000, was raised for charity
Oh,
this
yeah.
year. And I just Lana's Love. It's a child cancer charity.
Made a crap ton.
Yeah, Wendell went for $700.
Yep.
So
And I was talking to Jim afterwards, and I can't help but wonder because folks were rolling their pennies to get to LibertyCon this year. A lot of
Yeah.
folks were. I can't help but wonder if we'd actually had a decent I've lost the word.
Economy.
Thank you. If we had a decent economy, I can't help but wonder what we've actually raised.
yeah. You know, the thing is though, when you talk about it, Brandy, Rich Groyer, Tish, the whole staff worked their asses off
Yeah,
to
they
get
did.
this thing together.
And after, because like I said, they were having to cancel and make up new panels on the fly
Yeah.
because there were professionals that were stranded states away due to the stupid airlines.
Yeah. Yes, Steve Simmons was supposed to moderate our Navy panel, and he didn't even make the con.
No, there were several of them that got.
Yeah.
Somebody was stuck in Phoenix, for God's sake.
Yeah. So Michael Gantz stepped up and moderated it. So it was Joel Presby, me, Michael, and Mike Massa.
Oh, that's not good.
Mike won the comment of the panel, though.
Mike's good at that.
Yeah. Talking about walking through the jungle is an incident in West Africa. And looking up at a termite mound and going, it's got eyes and a tail.
Because it's not a termite mound.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
What
With
was
a
that?
lion on top of it. He said, tippy-toed around that one.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what part of West Africa he was in. I need to sit down and talk to that boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I got snatched onto the no shit there I was panel. There was more than the official no shit there I was panel. I got snatched onto that by Mike and Griffin Barber.
Yeah.
Like, Griff said, "Come with me." Walked up and said, "Hey, Mike," he said, "Ian, get in the panel." I said, "Son of a bitch." And I said, "No, I actually felt like a full-on pro. This
Yeah,
people
you
wanted
were.
to talk to me, and it was, as a peer, and it was
Yeah.
really kind of worrisome."
Yeah, Dot was a professional panelist, and we kept nudging her that you're an author too. Oh yeah, well I do have a couple. Dot, God damn it, you got books out, sell the things. And we did the indie publishing panel for the 9th year.
Not here, halfway through, they didn't put they put Courtney CV Walter. They didn't put her on the panel. So halfway through, I'm out of my depth. Boy, was I out of my depth. So I said, "Let me go get Stunt Law Dog," and I grabbed Courtney and put her on the panel. Then I sat where she was and did this. I kind of geeked her out.
The panel went in multiple different directions as usual, but I had a couple of people come up to me afterward and go, "That was damn good. I wish somebody had recorded that." And I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm kind of glad they didn't.
I'm kind of glad they didn't.
Yeah.
Because Ian was a little stressed out and Ian'd a couple times.
Yeah. How do you set a flood? Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, Richard, I saw that this morning. The Jumbo restaurant in Hong Kong sank. The world famous Jumbo restaurant,
Right.
the green and red floating restaurant,
Yeah.
sank, being towed through
Oh.
the South China Sea
Oh.
to a maintenance facility.
Needed the maintenance.
Yeah, well, the thing was based on styrofoam. The original nucleus of it was styrofoam oil line
Yeah.
pipe floats. Styrofoam,
Yeah.
you know, the great huge round styrofoam. It should have been able to sink.
It did.
Yeah, okay then.
It took enough water that it rolled over.
I trust the Chinese.
And that was truly sad because that was the classic place to go in Hong Kong. Yeah, John, the older lady was typing the whole time we were there. And she was the one that came up afterwards and said she wished it had been recorded.
They should have just speaking of the flower.
Maybe she was taking notes.
Yeah, Tom, if we could have found your ass, we'd have put you on there too.
No, I'm pretty sure that there were a lot of, for those of you who don't know, the science fiction community, particularly the mill sci-fi community, that's LibertyCon, is made up of introverts. And there were a lot of introverts that were pegging their people meter and
Yeah. And I heard from a number of people about the Fantasy panel that weren't there.
oh, I have worrisome news for you.
I saw Melissa and I saw Heather, and I went, I am not on any panels with you, and I don't want to be anywhere near either one of y'all.
Oops. Because a couple of people might have mentioned that next year needs to be a harem lit panel that Jim needs to moderate.
No, just friggin' no. But the panels, I think, were extremely well attended.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
There were a lot of folks that learned quite a few things.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them in the panels, some of them in the chats in the hallway, some of them in the
No kidding.
cage out back, as we called it, which actually had the most comfortable chairs at the entire hotel.
The Saturday night, I'll tell you how sloshed I was. An urban outdoorsman got through security and was wandering through the smoke pit, apparently.
Oh no, let's get this right.
Yeah, 'cause I never noticed him.
So you didn't notice he actually walked up right behind you. He was standing less than 2 feet behind you, waving around his little sign. And I looked at Yvonne and went, security? She went, yep, off she went. And while all of the guys sat there, all of the protective guys sat there and went, who is this guy? What's going on? Because you were all too drunk. So it was the women who were like defenseless and helpless. They got rid of the guy.
It's LibertyCon. There's not a defenseless or helpless woman that attends LibertyCon.
Yeah, no shit.
I would be willing to say that there are more guns held by women at LibertyCon than there are by
Yeah,
everybody.
John Van Stry made a comment on. We've got a group text. He made a comment on the way out of Chattanooga that security said he'd never seen so many pistols being checked through security.
Pistols, rifles, various other things. Now, Richard, we did not leave the dried shredded squid because we found a link that will actually translate it, and that dried squid was supposed to be kept cold.
I wasn't drunk.
Bullshit. When I left at midnight, you were drunk.
I was mildly sloshed.
Yeah.
Kelly and I were telling stories, and we wiped out. We were wiping folks out on a pretty regular basis.
Yeah. Yeah, urban outdoorsman is what they call them, RK.
The SecurityCon, bloody hell. The hotel and venue were overrun with plainclothes armed security.
Yeah. Inebriated. Uh-huh.
On the airport on the way home, TSA or customers or whatever commented to John that they'd never seen so many firearms being checked through luggage.
Yeah, we've got the shrimp crackers here. We just haven't opened them. And
I am not in. I can't do an unboxing right now. And apparently seaweed crisps.
Yeah.
That will wait till further on down the. No,
and
that's a prop. It's
Cameron Byers was good enough to donate us 2
Oh.
pounds of coffee.
yes. Thank you, Cameron, very much.
And that was delivered by Brian and Keith.
Keith.
And Brian is going to be a panelist next year, not by choice.
Yes, he does. Yes, he is. We also need to get Kelly registered as a pro next year.
Yeah.
Kelly likes LibertyCon now. It is his kind of folks.
Yeah. Unboxing, yeah.
Uh-oh. What?
Ian knows what an unboxing is.
What happened to the coffee syrup? There's coffee syrup?
I am so people today.
Y'all have got the coffee syrup somewhere here,
We do?
Yeah.
Oh,
unless you took it home.
I didn't take home.
Somebody did.
we'll find it.
It's here somewhere.
We'll find it.
Henry has it.
Yeah, Henry's Bogart of the coffee syrup.
That would explain so much.
And Jonna got recognized from her voice.
Oh my God, that was
Yeah.
hilarious. So I'm on the elevator, which of course is packed, and we're doing the elevator dance, right? We know this one.
Yeah.
So we got to the 3rd floor, and I was kind of over by the button that said, floor 3, ladies lingerie, and everyone got off, and then people got on, and we got up to 6, and I said, men's furnishings, luggage, and somebody turned around and said, who I've never seen before, turned around and said, are you Jonna? I went, yes, I am. He says, you're from the blanket fort. And like 3 other people went, work? You're Jonna. I was like,
And
Yeah.
John was going,
I'm like, okay. They're like, yes, there's blanket forts in my shop. And so they're like, oh, we're so excited. Which unfortunately got me other attention I didn't want later in the convention. But we'll talk about that privately. So,
Did I need to shank? Did you not have me shank somebody?
no, it's our little friend,
oh.
right?
Oh,
And David, you did get shanghaied? Yes. We got another one. David Bach. He got shanghaied into it. Came from the trailer park.
Yay.
and
Which, by the way, those stories are due
July 1st.
July the 1st. So right fast.
No, Tom, there wasn't any shanking. That's why I'm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got to finish mine for
Yeah.
you, Kelly. You for 3 ravens, and I introduced Kelly to everybody to Hillbilly from 3 Ravens, and they got along like house on fire because they're both rednecks.
Yeah. That and Yvonne Jacobs.
Oh my God!
Oh my God, Yvonne and Kelly have their own funeral.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're planning on sticking them on a panel with booze and with no topic and just let them go. Because holy crap, Yvonne's Cajun.
Yeah.
And Kelly is Cajun adjacent.
Yeah.
And holy crap.
Yeah. But it was truly great to see folks. Larry and Bridget were there along with Hinkley, who has grown up into a very nice young lady. And this was, I think, her first LibertyCon.
I think it was her first recon. Whip smart.
And Bridget would come by occasionally and go, have you seen Hinkley? I said, she went that way. I just came from that way. She was kind of chivying Larry where he was supposed to be.
Yeah, she was Larry's protective detail.
Yeah. And trust me, that was all Larry needed.
All authors need a cat herder.
Yeah.
But Dave and Sharon Weaver were there and doing well. Everybody, probably the only person that was not doing well at the start of the convention was Mark Wandry. Because Mark's been pretty depressed for about the last 6 months.
Well, these last 2 years has been hard on a lot of folks.
Yeah. But a bunch of us were going up to Mark and saying, you're a good writer. You're just not having a good year.
Happens.
You can do this. And, I know 15 or 16 people went up to him and talked to him. And we were trying our best to, lift him up. But it finally took Larry to, I guess, get his attention.
Larry jumped his butt.
because Mark is a good
in
writer.
a very loving, fatherly Larry fashion.
Looming.
Large mammal.
Yeah.
Very large mammal.
But I was on, I think, 7 panels,
Well done.
and they all went, no, 6 panels.
I was on 1.5.
Asshole. Yeah, the mountain that writes, exactly. But I think everybody was kind of on an upswing. Rob Hampson and his sister were there, Sandra Medlock, who I did not know was his sister,
I didn't either.
which was embarrassing as hell.
You didn't know that?
No.
You know everybody.
I did not know that
He knows everybody. He just doesn't know everything about everybody.
until Rob walked up and said, "This is Sandra, my sister." And I went,
Oh, and
Good people.
Bob, I've got posters. We came back with posters, so there are posters available for sale. What? I wasn't that drunk. No, I am not keynote speaker. Thank you very much.
We can fix that.
No, we can't. Thank you very much.
Yeah, David.
Although Rich made me promise to turn in a photo for the author.
Yes.
He's tired of having a blank spot there, so he made me promise turning. And Oleg was kind enough to do an author photo for me.
Yes. And a good one. Yeah.
What? Oh, yeah. Okay.
And Vince and Dina were there. It was great to see them. And Dina's book is doing fairly well.
We have posters,
Yeah.
and we will have more. Trust me.
They will be available at FinCon or through the mail for a small shipping and handling fee of $29.95.
I was selling posters. Well, actually, I was selling elasticized polymer poster retaining devices, i.e., a rubber band, with a poster thrown in free.
Just to let everybody know, we just have to figure out the shipping on those. It'll take us a couple days to put that together, but we'll have you post it on all your social media. We just have to figure out how we're shipping it so they don't get damaged. So
Those poster tubes are friggin' expensive.
yeah, there's other ways to do it. So
Yeah.
we just have to figure it out. So
Yeah. Even Ian sold much more than I did at my author table, which was damn good.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
I am.
you need swag, Jim.
I have books. That's all I've got.
Hang on a sec.
Swag issue.
Ooh. Hang on a sec.
Go get one of your posters.
I'm on the way.
You're out the car in the box. They're in the
John is about ready to throw us out. So
No, you're good. Just leave when you're done. Because I'm tired.
he's gone to get it, Josh. Just wait a minute.
Oh,
And Bill says, well, you could drive up and see the range and give him one.
excuse me, Sanford. It's in a plastic bin. Might as well bring it in.
Yeah, Joel, he could do that, but what he's doing is actually signing all the posters. Writers go through ups and downs, as Dawn says, and you can't always be up. Yeah, well, we'll have some left in August because the next cons is in September. Yeah, Rick, I'm not sure Etsy would handle the icky gun thing. You're probably right.
Because they're on there. They're in the other car.
Oh,
Courtney still has them, so.
They're in the box of books, which is in Courtney's car.
Yeah.
She gets back.
But on my Facebook, there's a picture on my Facebook, and we should have my new blog page up, author page, I guess.
yeah.
Up in a bit, and they'll be on there. You can purchase through there. Also, somebody gave me a Hawaiian shirt, an Aloha shirt, with Rhodesian FALs and RPDs and Browning high powers. me liking this shirt.
So we know what he'll be wearing next year, and anytime we go to cons.
I'll be wearing it the next live stream we do. Yeah, Jack Wilder, he's Larry's webmaster, and we were talking about some stuff, and he went and took a look at my blog. He said, ooh, that's not good. So we crowdfunded funds to get me moved to a permanent new site.
Yeah.
And as soon as because I wasn't doing it at con, and right now I'm recovering. As soon as I recover, I'm going to start setting that up and then transfer all over to Jack Wilder, who apparently just wants to do it because he's bored.
Yeah. No, not Major Caldwell. We know him too.
Bastard. That bastard. No, I will publish as Law Dog because that's my biggest fan base. People know me as Law Dog. And also L's sit higher on a bookshelf than M's do.
Yeah.
And more eye level. So kidneys.
Yeah. That is actually an interesting thing. And it's something that most people don't think about. But when the bookstores used to put authors up by title, they started at the top with A, B, C, D.
Author name or by title?
By an author name.
Right, author.
So it helped that Larry's name was Korea because C's were usually about the third shelf down, which is just about eye height.
If this is not the right size, I'm going to cry.
Well, turn it over and see what size it is.
It's extra large, which will fit over a high power quite nicely.
Let me see. Oh, it's an auto gear. Okay.
Those are African fire lilies. I'm very familiar with them.
Yeah.
With RPDs in Rhodesian baby poop camouflage and SLRs.
So when you see him wandering through the hallway, yeah, that's him.
A lot of people saw me wandering through the hallway. It was kind of scary. I signed a shit ton. Pardon my French. I signed a lot of autographs.
Good.
Did they catch you to have you autograph? I mean, Ghost of Malta was all over the place.
Yeah.
They caught you to autograph it?
Yeah.
Because I told them I had 3 of my authors there. Four of my authors there. I had Courtney and Kelly Grayson and John and you.
Yeah.
And it's like, would you sign this, please? Yes. Now find my other authors, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Between that and Trailer Park, I was getting quite a few people going, got a book here. It's signed.
Yeah. We were signing like fiends.
And trying to remember. And of course, the next question is, do you want me to sign it in the front of the book on my story or what? And it was about half and half. And of course, the half that wanted me to sign it in the front of the book was when I had found my story. It's like,
yeah, would you sign the title page? What the?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, embedded within the print are fire lilies, RPDs, bounty high powers, Zulu spears, white phosphorus grenades, and the holy grail of bushwheel rifles, the Rhodesian striped SLR.
I don't see any S, guys.
That is not a high power, and that is. That's Soviet. That's not our.
Yeah.
There's the high power.
Yeah, there's a high power. That's Willie P. grenade.
Yeah. And I'm not sure what that is. That's a submachine gun of some kind. There's my baby.
Yeah. And then there's a
RPD.
RPD.
I don't see any spears.
I don't see any spears either.
Oh, well, I'm sure they're there. Anyway, that's what I'll be wearing for Thursday.
So anyway,
If it fits.
sorry for the digression.
It's life of the blanket fort. It's not digression. It's not planned in advance.
Yeah.
Tom, I love my friends that are critiquing the artwork on a Hawaiian shirt.
And you know how many people jumped me about my shirts this weekend, Tom? You can't wear that. You weren't in the Army. That's not an Army airplane. That's not a Navy airplane. Excuse me. It's an A7 and it says Navy on the back on the print. It's Navy.
Dead glow stick. We're off to textile class. Sorry, guys. Oh,
Oh, well, that's true, Joel.
Tom Rogamy showed up with the best Hawaiian shirt I have ever seen. It
Oh.
was radioactive.
Well, he and his boy both.
Now,
I mean, you could see him at the far end of the convention center, which was a block away.
and the funny thing was, Tom was sitting in the main concourse, the main hallway, sitting there in this Hawaiian shirt that screamed, look here, look. And his boy walked right back. Of course, there were female bodybuilders. So
Yeah.
walked right past him. They say, yep. There's
Yeah,
some situational awareness right there.
Yeah, it's when Tom had to counsel him a bit. He was following the bouncing ball.
I think it was the two puppies in the
Was
lacquer
not gonna
sack.
go there.
It was the two puppies in the lacquer sack.
Two puppies or two kittens.
God, we are not right. Oh, we are not right.
Yeah, David, that was true. His shirt was brighter than some of the athletes' fake tans. I did learn something. And on a serious note, I did not realize this, but some of those bodybuilders are so big, so developed that they have to sleep with a CPAP because their chest muscles are so developed that if they lay on their back, they can't breathe without assistance.
Yeah, that's strength training and bodybuilding. That's becoming a big topic of conversation online. Is the fact that bodybuilders and high end weightlifters or strength lifters are having to start wearing CPAPs.
Yeah,
and it's like this is not good.
Yeah. I mean, hell, their wrists are bigger around in my damn thighs. And that was some of the girls.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, you haven't seen anything where you see about a 6'4" female bodybuilder in short shorts and a body hugging t-shirt.
Well, one little thing was walking through in the until I think somebody made her put on a robe. And it wasn't a very, very big robe. Was walk around in her string bikini and high heels.
Yeah.
It's like, that ain't right. Have you seen the average health of the people here?
Yeah.
Go put on a robe.
Yeah, they were astoundingly beautiful. And yeah. Oh, there were tube tops. Yes, there were definitely tube tops. Oh, nice. Nice, Bill. Plastic diamond plate. Yeah, 25 cents a piece.
But no, LibertyCon's back. It was other than the fact that, like I said, I think airlines owe LibertyCon some financial compensation because a lot of the pros didn't make it.
Yeah.
They were stuck in Phoenix and Minneapolis and other places.
Well, the sad thing is they blame the weather, so they get away with it.
Yeah, horse feathers.
Yes, David, that was an excellent point. Watching the athletes confused by the geeks confused by the athletes. And then the Bollywood type showed up.
Yes, they did. And like I said, I'm pretty sure because it's LibertyCon, so LibertyCon folks snuck into the buffet line.
Well, there was
because it smelled really good.
Definitely some vindaloo in there.
No kidding, it smelled really good.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some cosplay.
LibertyCon is not a cosplay con.
Yeah.
They do some, but it's not. Telecon does a lot more cosplay than LibertyCon does. Oh, LibertyCon's not going to get any financial compensation. I say they owe them.
Yeah.
They'll never cough it up.
They'll never collect.
They really screwed over LibertyCon. They screwed LibertyCon pretty hard.
But the hotel is in the process of being renovated. Yeah. I'm sure you would, Koala. Oh, Richard, that is going to suck.
Well, the Bollywood was great. Watching Jonna following the saris around was amusing as hell.
Yeah.
And the little kids in the tuxes, they were great. But
the color of the tuxes, though.
Well, there's that. But the venue they were having the wedding in, our panel room backed up to it.
In the Indian music.
And trying to tell a story of Big Mama's funeral with Indian music behind you is my squirrels barely stayed on target.
Yeah. The other thing that was interesting was the dress of the Bollywood couple, because they were in matching orange
Yeah.
and the gold toned shoes, and his shoes turned up at the end. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't. It's like
I happened to see a glint off the sunlight hitting his shoe, and I went, "What the?"
it looked like an African wedding. And
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, this looks like a Berber or African wedding. And it's like, oh wait, those go on for multiple days.
Yeah.
Yep, this one went on for multiple days.
Yep. Because they came into the bar and basically tried to take over.
We as we do, as the North Texas troublemakers are wont to do, we found a table in one corner of the bar where we watch everything, and secured it for use by friendly forces, as they say. And when the wedding party first got there, they were taking pictures, and it's like, oh sir, can you? Oh, no problem, we can move. We moved, and just as soon as they got done, we landed back on our table with all 4 feet.
Yeah. Jonna, it figures that you would love it.
She was geeking out about the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, there were peoples. There were a whole bunch of peoples.
Well, LibertyCon temporarily, just one time, bumped it to 1,500.
Yeah.
And about 1,100 showed up. 1,100 made it. Yes, 400 people couldn't make it. But from now on, LibertyCon is going to be capped at 1,000 for at least the next 5 years or so.
Yeah.
And that's about right. That's
it's a 501c3, so it is limited.
Yeah. And 1,000 people, it used to be 750. 1,000 people is about right.
Yeah.
It keeps the family feeling to it.
Yeah.
Which really helps with introverts. The family feeling around LibertyCon helps with the introverts.
Yeah. Yeah, AL, there are people who do costumes. However, having inadvertently had to attend Comic-Con one year, not by friggin' choice, because that was the hotel the Navy put us in.
Cedar, why will you not get to LibertyCon? She says she's likely never get to go again. Why
I
not?
don't know. Anyway, the problem with the costumes at the level that you see at Comic-Con and some of the other places is these people never change costumes all weekend. They never wash their makeup off because it, huh?
There's not enough Febreze in the world.
Yeah. These people just flat ass stink. And I mean, stink badly. It's the old 6'3", 1 rule.
6'3" or 5'3"?
And
5'2".
yeah,
5 hours of sleep, 2 meals, and 1 bath.
One bath or shower, yes. And
LibertyCon have never had a issue with funk,
no,
but at TallCon I did.
Yeah.
Got in the elevator at TallCon. I go, whoo, damn child.
Yeah. But Comic-Con in San Diego that was just bad. And it was so bad that walking, not on the elevator so much, but walking through the hall.
Tom, really? Tom, how do you tell an extrovert LibertyCon from an introvert LibertyCon? Tom, the extrovert stares at your shoes, introvert stares at their own shoes.
Yeah.
Really, Tom?
True.
Unless there are bodybuilders walking by.
Oof. Oof.
They had on shoes.
Sure.
Ian has no idea if they had on shoes.
I don't have a clue.
Oh,
Somebody commented on Law Dog's cop walk, and I've discovered that when I'm peopling out, I take on the cop walk, and people get out of my way, and that lasted till about Sunday morning, and then somebody realized that hey, if they just yelled Law Dog, I'd stop and turn, and I think I signed more autographs Sunday morning. I did the entire.
Yeah. LibertyCon, LibertyCon tickets are hard to get, no question.
Well, Cedar, just go ahead and buy them, And if you decide you can't, if something happens, you can't go, roll them over.
Yeah.
Give them to somebody else. Sell them to somebody else. It's
Yes, Ian was in the full field interview stance. Yes, more
several
than once.
times.
And walk like you've been sent to kill Captain America. Oh, that
Yeah.
was good.
Kelly was, I realized what I was doing when Kelly was laughing his ass off, saying, well, he's stressed, he's doing the cop walk. Like, what the, oh.
Well, Kelly was doing the paramedic walk.
Well, he told somebody that he majored in the 100-meter amble.
Yeah. Yeah, RK, I remember you telling me about that. And Sorbo and Ernie Hudson they're good people.
Yeah,
no
they are.
question.
I like Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
But no, LibertyCon is back. I think next year will be even better. It was a rampaging success. As far as I'm concerned, it was.
I think FinCon's going to be a rampaging success with the number of people that are showing up.
I think we got another 80 or so folks that are going to FinCon.
Yeah.
Because I was pimping FinCon hard.
Yeah.
Because basically I was panicking. That's all the squirrels could come up with was FinCon. So.
Well, Larry's going to be there. Yeah. Rob Hampson's going to be there. Chuck Gannon's going to be there. I don't know how many more people are going to come out of the woodwork.
Well, I think after Larry was announced as guest of honor,
Chaz Kemp's going to be back.
Chaz Kemp,
the artist.
Oh, okay. I guess.
Yeah.
So when Larry was announced as guest of honor, they bumped. They had about 120 person bump in people signing to go, and then I'm pretty sure another 80 or so from FinCon. Because even Larry going, not FinCon, for LibertyCon, even Larry going. I finally sat in the bar and said, hey, you realize the North Texas troublemakers are infiltrating and taking over FinCon for use by friendly forces, right? And everybody in the bar went, what?
Yeah.
I might go.
Yeah, David, you were doing the Midtown Manhattan walk a few times too. You got that shoulders out.
I'm on the way to arrest somebody.
Yeah.
And everybody with a guilty conscience vamooses.
Yeah. I don't know who was worse, David, you or John Van Stryke, because John tends to go back to that mode too, having been from New York.
Yeah, I'm on the way to arrest somebody, and everybody with a guilty conscience, and it's LibertyCon. Everybody's got a guilty conscience.
Oh yeah, yeah, Raptor. That's true, especially the folks that do the 501st, and it's just as bad in some of the military shows because a lot of the stuff that they use is World War II equipment.
Yeah, the Blast Tech. I forget what the designation. The Star Wars Blast Tech blaster is a Sterling.
Yeah, but when you go to some of these military shows where they have the World War II reenactors, you have the funk of the canvas and the cosmoline and the mothballs, because these people are taking these, damn near priceless uniforms out of mothballs and putting them back on, and they're afraid to send them out to cleaners.
And there's an ammonia puke smell. Yeah. That was present in every Army supply room it's something was one or two things were packed in something that generated this ammonia barf smell.
Yeah.
Everything was packed in that. The supply sergeants can't smell it.
Yeah.
They burned out their noses.
Yeah, Joel, y'all don't apologize for shit anyway, so.
Nope.
No worries. Woobies always smell like Da Nang. You've been on a ship that long, you're going to smell like that.
Well, you had to, whenever you got issued a new Woobie, you had to, a poncho liner, you had to hang it outside the barracks and air it out because it did have that smell.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it would air out pretty quick. And I think it was what the mop suits were packed in.
Yeah.
So were the old style, the really hard, heavy duty ponchos.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They had that same funk to them. It was.
Yeah.
I think that was just plastic outgassing, though.
Could have been.
Yeah, Josh, canvas, cosmoline, and mothballs aren't offensive. This is true, but it's
concentration.
Yeah, it's the concentration.
Yeah, Rita can't stand mothballs. There's something about the smell of mothballs that really sets my little sweetie off. So we have nothing at the house that reeks of mothballs.
Yeah.
Period.
Blast Tech E11 is a Sterling
Yeah, Sterling
with a
with
scope and random greebles attached to it.
it is. And I think the
So
heavy
is it-
the
is
heavy
it-
blaster is a MG 42, might be
Yeah.
FG 42.
Yeah.
And of course, Han Solo's blaster was a Mauser with a scope hung off the end.
So the Blast Tech E11 was the
Standard Stormtrooper.
standard Stormtrooper. So it was the Barbie for men back in
Yeah,
those days.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
And the geeks in the comment section go wild. Yes, unmodified MG 34.
Thank you, Raptor. You're right.
That was the big long blaster, the heavy blaster.
I said MG 42 because a friend of mine has one.
I was thinking FG 42, but
Can
no.
we visit this friend?
I mean, he's got the full kit. He's got the tripod, the ammo containers, everything.
Can we visit this friend for a weekend?
We can't shoot it.
Somebody made took an AR-15 receiver and made a Han Solo blaster out of it.
Yeah.
And it looks really good.
Well, Adam Savage did that on one of his shows
Yeah.
too. For
But
Mythbusters.
it's a non-firing. This one's firing.
Yeah. Alex has made a couple of those.
He has, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Who's apparently going to be at a FinCon, whether he likes it or not.
The Auto Dragon.
Yeah. Now, if we can just get him to bring his service animal.
Please.
For those of you who don't know, Alex Wackel he owns the Wackel Acres Longhorn Retirement and Friendly Zone. So they got a crap ton of Longhorns, and he took one of his bigger ones,
Tiny.
the Longhorn and Tiny. Tells you all you need to know about Alex, and had it registered as an emotional support animal that he is allowed to bring on airplanes.
And it is an official designation by the state of Texas.
Yep.
It's not fake. It's real.
Yep. Of course, he also had Leota registered as an emotional support animal too.
Yeah. He also owns just drew a blank. Dreadnought Industries.
Yeah, he's a gunsmith.
He's a gunsmith and a damn good one.
Mhm.
But he's built some working copies of various toys.
Yes, he has.
I was just laughing. Several people posted pictures of 22 AR pistol setup that looks
Yeah,
like blaster. Yeah.
Sure have. Usually take the Smith Wesson MMP AR-15/22.
Yeah.
And they pistolize it and
Yeah.
use it as the basis for. And it looks really good.
Yeah. And we have a new quilt, although apparently, according to Johnny, we put it up wrong.
Apparently, I put it up sideways.
So
But
look at it sideways. Looks like Japanese lanterns.
support Life of the Blanket Fort. Somebody buy this.
It is Japanese lanterns. Yeah. Kanto Arms. Okay. I'm not familiar with
Is that our David Bach that has Kanto Arms?
Yeah.
Oh, it is? I didn't know that. That's all.
He doesn't own it,
Okay.
but he was making references Kanto Arms. That's right. Star Wars people.
Got a point. Actually, kind of got a point.
Whatever. Link is in the Troublemakers group already. Okay, thank you.
It's an 84 by 84. People want to know what size the quilt is.
Okay, 84 by 84 quilt size
Well, there you go.
by the expert, not us.
Nerds.
Twin ion engines.
Nerds.
Sarah, stop it. Oh, by the way,
TIE
Sarah,
fighter.
your I found your story. It had hidden away in a different file, so RK now has it. So my apologies. That was my screw up.
I missed something.
Yeah, this is for the Haunted Library.
Gotcha. North Texas Trailmakers on It's on Facebook under North Texas Troublemakers and on YouTube under North Texas Troublemakers.
No, we're not doing the Imperial March. Stop it, Raptor.
Oh, my poor squirrels are just my poor squirrels are exhausted.
Yeah.
This was a really good con, but my squirrels glow sticks went to hell quick.
Well, it was interesting trying to catch up with people, but between panels with people, or get to panels where you wanted to see somebody.
Well, and that's the thing of it. Okay, there's this big long, the convention center is a big long hallway, and LibertyCon is small enough. I know, LibertyCon is small enough that we're in one of the off branching hallways, more or less, and getting there, walking the 30 feet across the hallway took me 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I was going from the craft room where Jonna was. And by the way, I've worked organized crime long enough that walking in a room where they covered the floor in plastic sheeting makes me really nervous. Just saying. Squirrels. Anyway, walking from that room across the hall to the No Shit There Was panel took me almost 45 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, Jonna, that's a good point. Brigadoon.
Oh, yeah, point.
Yeah. Oh,
Raptor,
everything's getting stupid about emojis right now because of the fentanyl sales.
What? What's that got to do with prostitute in China?
They have found that Snapchat and TikTok, the drug dealers were using emojis to determine what type of drugs they were selling.
Oh.
So if a certain set of emojis popped up on Snapchat, that was your choices of fentanyl, oxy, or whatever. So now everybody's cracking down on emojis all of a sudden.
Yeah, the craft room, there was high mill black plastic sheeting laid down. I walked in and it's like, wait a minute. As I've worked organized crime enough that makes me nervous. We rescued John at least once.
I did find another
squirrel and fox.
Yeah, professional seamstress, and pointed her at Jonna, and just got out of the way because about 5 seconds into that conversation, I would have been completely lost. Oh, Jason, really? Oh, that would have been hilarious. Use the Imperial March for the mothers walk in for the wedding.
Tom says organized crime, Russian politics. They're the same thing. We have a North Texas Troublemakers on MeWe. We do. Oh.
Well, David's already put a request in, so somebody's got one out there.
If somebody's squatting on North Texas Troublemakers, I'm going to be annoyed.
It's probably Courtney.
Oh, okay. Then she's not squatting.
Yeah, and all the people painting minis.
Oh, and watching Larry come into the craft room and zero in a mini table was adorable.
I still cannot believe that man can paint with those hams as well as he. The only thing I can think of is Larry does not drink coffee.
No, but he pounds down Coke Zero, which has caffeine in it.
But I just, there's no friggin' way to get that level of it. No.
Don't get me lying.
Yeah.
Don't get me lying. I do not know.
Yep, they're Mormons, so no coffee. But they do workarounds.
Yeah, like Coke Zero.
Yeah.
Larry drinks Coke Zero like it's going out of style.
Yeah. Yeah, a giant man painting tiny figures. That is exactly right. And an amazing level of detail.
And I was assaulted multiple times and did some assaulting, so it was great.
Yeah.
For those of you who didn't get the reference, I'm teasing Sarah Hoyt, having to chase her down to get assaulted. For the folks that don't get the reference, a fairly famous author was at a con where she had been assured it was safe by an online friend, and encouraged to come by this online friend. Went to a party. She apparently was a couple of cups deep and touched this online friend's who had assured her it was safe and begged her to come. Stroked his hair, his coat, and his hand or arm or something, and maybe mustache. Hey, baby. And he posted this big whinge about being assaulted.
Yeah.
And wrecked her. Having your mustache, your hair, or your hat, your mustache, or your beard, your arm, or your coat stroked by a mildly intoxicated female who thought you were a friend is apparently getting assaulted.
Yeah.
So he posted a big long whinge about being assaulted and completely wrecked her. So I was telling everybody that I was trying to find Sarah because I insisted on being assaulted that weekend.
Yeah. Okay. We, North Texas Troublemakers is owned by Courtney. Okay.
Okay, good. But no, it was his beard. Nobody except me has a mustache apparently. So it was his beard. She was like 3 martinis deep.
3, more like 6.
But this wasn't one we went to.
Yeah.
Because there would have been words.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. Assault for me as a peace officer, or excuse me, retired peace officer, has a very definite definition.
Yeah.
And an intoxicated female who thinks you're a friend touching your hat, your coat, your arm, and your beard is not assault. I told people that anywhere you have young men with tabs on their shoulders and females and alcohol, they get the young women will get, or middle-aged women for that matter, tend to get a little handsy.
Yeah.
Cops and nurses plus alcohol, the women get handsy. We have
Really? I never would have guessed.
You never get, right? We have dealt with this for decades. It's easy.
Yeah.
The women always come with a friend. You high five your buddy who finds her friend.
Yeah.
And they gently lead her out.
Yeah.
You don't go on social media and post a multi-paragraph whinge about how you were assaulted.
Well, even more
Nut up.
interesting is the fact that he never told her no.
Yep.
Just as a guy, that is normally considered not an assault so much as, hi, can we be friendlier?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yes, wingmen are there for a reason.
that's, and my young soldiers, trust me, if you walk in dress blues and tabs, trust me, and women, dress blues are panty evaporators.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're what?
Oh shit! I forgot she was here.
Evaporators.
Okay.
Bill, if a man did that, the woman would slap the shit out of him and go on
And
down the road.
perfectly normal.
Yeah.
But again, this anywhere where it happens, deal with it. She stroked his beard. Okay.
Yeah.
Unwanted touching. Signal your buddy who'll find her wingman and they'll take her and
Yeah.
put her in bed.
If those were his boundaries, he should have put it in the pre-agreement before she sat down next to him, in which they established everyone's pronouns and everything else.
Thank you.
Here I come to save the day. There you go.
And on that note,
Reeves
folks,
here.
we've wasted an hour of your time again.
No, the Army dress uniform does not compare to Marine Corps dress blues, but it's still fairly effective.
Sailor suit, just saying.
Military dress uniforms tend to have that effect. Anyway,
Especially when you replace the 13 button with the Velcro. Yep.
Even dress greens have that effect.
oh yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So
folks.
especially if you've got a rocker, if you got a tab,
Yeah. We'll do this on Thursday. Hopefully,
we'll be a little more recovered.
I was going to say make more sense, but that ain't going to happen.
No.
Anyway, glad to see everybody back home. And hopefully the rest of the folks made it home today.
Yeah.
Remember, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff.
Be
see you
safe,
later.
guys.
Bye-bye.